I never expected my assignment on Varen to involve diplomacy, much less with a species known across half the galaxy for their ruthless discipline and cold, militaristic culture. The Kareth were the opposite of what you'd call approachable. They were tall, stone-skinned, disciplined to the molecule, and supposedly incapable of anything resembling soft emotions. So obviously, it made perfect sense for Command to send me, a maintenance tech whose most heroic achievement was unclogging a plasma filter, to help negotiate mining rights on their sacred plateau. But that wasn't the worst part. The worst part was that I had to work directly under Commander Risha Kothoran, an elite Kareth warrior known as the Crimson Fong. Rumor said she defeated 3 pirates with her hands tied and once stared down a plasma cannon without blinking. Naturally, that was the woman I'd end up calling cute. Beginning the warrior and the human. The first time I met Risha, she towered at least a head above me. Her armor was a seamless dark obsidian with glowing scarlet lines pulsing across it. Her expression was set, serious, and unreadable, like her face had been carved from cooled magma. "Human technician," she said in that deep, resonant voice. "Do not wander. Do not speak unless required. And do not interfere." "Understood," I muttered, trying not to stare at the glowing patterns that moved like living embers across her skin. We hiked across the basalt plains, where the wind shimmered with metallic dust. Our job was simple. Inspect a malfunctioning stabilizer beacon that balanced the gravity in the region. If it failed completely, the entire area could collapse into a subsurface sink zone. My job was the engineering part. Risha's job was apparently everything else. She walked ahead with flawless precision, scanning the horizon. Her giant warspear folded against her back like some ancient relic fused with alien tech. About an hour into the trek, she stopped abruptly, crashed right into her back. Her armor was basically hitting a wall. She turned her head slightly. "You are clumsy." "Sorry," I said. "Didn't expect you to just brake like that." "I do not brake. I halt strategically." I had to bite back a laugh. She didn't notice or pretended not to. A crack in the armor. Later, while setting up a portable power node, I caught her watching me. Not the intimidating, analyzing stare she used on everything else, but something different. Curious. Almost soft. When she saw me noticing, she snapped her gaze away with military swiftness. Something shifted between us after that. Not big, but noticeable. She stopped speaking to me like I was a clumsy pet. She walked a little slower. She even adjusted her long strides so I could keep up. And when I stumbled over a rock, she grabbed my arm with surprising gentleness. "You must watch the ground, human." "Yeah," I said. "Gravity feels weird here. It is normal for outsiders to struggle." She didn't let go of my arm immediately. Her grip was warm, firm, almost reluctant to release. "Thanks," I said. She exhaled sharply, like I'd said something offensive, or something she didn't know how to respond to. The middle. Danger under the plateau. We reached the beacon, half buried and sparking unpredictably. Gravity around us wavered, making the air ripple. My stomach churned. "This thing is almost gone." I knelt beside it. "I need at least 20 minutes. "I will protect you," she said, placing herself between me and the trembling fissures in the ground. While I worked, the atmosphere grew tenser. The stabilizer core was worse than expected. Fractured internally. If I pulled the wrong conduit, gravity would collapse in a 100-meter radius. My hand shook slightly as I adjusted the calibrators. "You are afraid," Risha observed. "Just a little. You still work despite fear. That is admirable." It was the closest thing to a compliment I'd ever heard from her. As I connected the last fiber line, A violent tremor shook the ground. A crack split open, releasing a pulse of destabilized gravity that knocked me back. Within a fraction of a second, Risha lunged, catching me mid-fall and shielding me with her body as chunks of basalt shot into the air. Her voice thundered over the rumbling earth. "Stay behind me." I clung to her arm as gravitational pressure bent the air around us. She held her spear upright, activating its stabilizing core. A crimson vortex spiraled out, anchoring the zone around us. The fissures slowly closed. The trembling eased. When the dust settled, we remained pressed against each other, her armored form shielding me completely. "You are unharmed?" she asked. "Yeah, thanks to you." She released me quickly, turning away as if embarrassed. Her armor lights pulsed brighter, like a heartbeat accelerating. The moment that changed everything. I moved back to the beacon, finished the last calibration, and locked it into stable mode. The air pressure normalized. The region steadied. "Done," I said, leaning back with relief. "You can relax now." "I do not relax," she replied stiffly. "Oh, come on," I laughed. "You've been tense the whole time." That was basically a cuddle under falling rocks. Her head snapped toward me so fast I heard the joints of her armor whine. "That was a tactical protective maneuver, human." "Sure," I grinned. "And pretty cute, actually." The moment the word left my mouth, I regretted it. Cute. I had just called a fearsome, battle-hardened alien warrior cute. She froze. Her glowing skin flared from deep red to bright, luminous crimson, like molten lava blushing. Her eyes widened, pupils dilating. Her throat clicked as she tried to speak. You called me cute," I whispered, bracing for death. Risha looked like her brain had been struck by a plasma bolt. She stepped back, pressing a hand to her chest. "That is improper," she stammered, the mighty crimson fong. "It is confusing, unstrategic, unprotocoled." Her lights flared even brighter. Her voice dropped lower. "No one has ever used such a word for me." I swallowed. "I didn't mean anything bad. You protected me. You were softer than you think." "Soft?" Her ears twitched sharply. "Humans think softness is good. Sometimes really good," I said. Her blush intensified. "Your words, they affect me." "Is that bad?" I do not know." She turned away, gripping her war spear so hard the metal creaked. A shift in the air. On the hike back she didn't speak much. She kept stealing glances at me, then snapping her head forward like she'd been caught doing something forbidden. At one point she cleared her throat. "Human. Yeah. You should not say such destabilizing things." "Destabilizing. They disrupt my focus, my heart rhythm, my breathing cycle. They disturb me." "Oh," I said softly. "Sorry." She stopped walking and faced me. "Do not apologize." Her voice softened. "It is not unpleasant." The wind carried metallic sand between us. Her armor lights flickered in a slow pulse, calmer, gentler. She hesitated before adding, "Perhaps say it again." "Say what?" "Tease." Her voice dropped to a whisper. "The word. Cute." She jolted, armor flaring bright red again. "Yes," she murmured. "You really are cute," I said more gently. Risha inhaled a shaky breath, something I never imagined a Kareth warrior doing. "You are dangerous human," she said. "Me?" I laughed. "You're the one with a spear bigger than me. But you have words that strike deeper." Ending a new bond. By the time we reached the outpost, the sun was setting, washing the sky in molten gold. Risha stood at the entrance, staring out over the plains. "Today," she began slowly, "you altered my expectations. Is that good or bad?" "Both." She looked down at me. "I thought humans were fragile, weak. But you faced fear with honesty. That is strength." I felt heat rise to my cheeks. "Thanks. And you spoke to me, not as a weapon or a commander, but as a person." She hesitated, then added, "That is something rare for my kind." We stood in silence for a moment. Then she stepped closer, very close, her towering form casting a long shadow over me. "Human," she said softly. "If you wish to continue this connection, I will permit it." "Connection," he echoed, amused. "It is the closest word," she said. "In my culture, when one person causes another to burn inside, it suggests compatibility." My heart skipped. "Do you feel that?" Her blush pulsed again. "Yes." "Well," I said, smiling, "I'd like that." She nodded once, firm, decisive. "But do not call me cute in front of my soldiers. I must maintain discipline. No promises." Her eyes widened. "Human." I stepped past her, chuckling. Behind me, I heard her murmur under her breath, "Cute." It sounded like she was trying the word out for the first time, and secretly loving it. And just like that, the fierce, terrifying Kareth warrior had become someone entirely different to me. Someone warm. Someone protective. Someone incredibly cute.